Okay.
Red.
So first things first, names and what movie is this?
Or a clap.
Names and movie.
My name is Megan.
What's your name?
I'm Megan.
Okay. I'm Travis.
We're watching.
We're
We
watching.
watch.
We're watching.
We have
Watching the Disney Channel.
And you're watching the Disney Channel.
But no, we have already watched Captain Marvel.
Yes.
Not together, but
No,
independently.
separately.
And we have never discussed it with each other,
No, we have
but
not.
we will right now.
Yes, I have opinions, and I loved it. That's
Whoa. I thought you said
Wait.
quickie. I was like, this might be a bold take, but I'm gonna say it was marvelous.
My God.
Goose. Girl embraces herself and defeats the enemy.
Mildly feminist Marvel movie.
Extremely feminist Marvel movie.
It's like subtly feminist.
Yeah, that's why it's extremely feminist, because it's subtle. And that's my...
You know what, Nate, get out of here. I can't focus you in the room. There's too much tension between me and your mustache. I need you to...
Brie Larson as Veers. She wakes up on... She's on this planet after some bad nightmares that kind of reveal a little bit about her past.
Brie Larson is hanging out with Jude Law. He's like, you should control your emotions. And she's like, we'll see. And then...
One
One word.
Jude Law's like, control yourself. And she's like... Which is, you know, the way that all women react to men, is just big ol' sigh. And then she goes on a mission with her and then the girl from Crazy Rich Asians.
Brie Larson gets, like, popped onto Earth away from Jude Law. And she's like, oh no, I don't need Jude Law anymore. She's actually like, oh no, there's, like, the crazy shapeshifter guys and they're gonna do bad things to Earth people.
And she's like, they're planting memories in my brain. But no, they're not. To be revealed later. And then there's a fight. And then she ends up on Earth. And now she's on Earth. And it's very 90s. It's basically that
That
part
was
of
the
the movie.
80s.
It was the 90s.
Nine Inch Nails, buddy.
It's
Come on.
95.
Okay,
Oh my God.
It's set in 95.
That's all before I was born.
Ugh,
They didn't make
outta
a
here.
single...
She went missing in 89.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Math.
I was remembering
Are you the
the
math
89.
major or is
No.
it me?
She meets up with, what's Sam Jackson's name? Nick Fury?
Did you not know what Samuel Jackson's name is?
What's
in
that
the
one
movie?
character who's been in, like...
He's
Every
been in
movie.
almost
No.
all of the movies. Yeah.
Basically, she squads up with Fury, and they have to fight the Skrulls, and then she figures out that Jude Law basically kidnapped her and wiped her memory and stuff, and it was not chill.
She finds a scroll, she beats him up, and then she meets with one of them, and he's like, yo, you're working for the bad guys. We're just trying to find a new home. Your boss lady, who you admire the most, was trying to help us. And she's like, shit, my life is a lie. And then she meets her best friend from before she lost her memories. And it's beautiful. And female friendship passes the Bechdel test, which is, you know, not something that happens a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot. We're skipping the whole second act because second acts are foreplay.
No, they're not. They're beautiful and they tell the story.
So is foreplay.
And then there's a big fight at the end where she fights Jude Law, and then Jude Law is like, it's just her and Jude Law, and Jude Law's like, fight, like, you got proof to me that you can do it. And he's like, fight me without your powers. And then she just blasts him. And he's like, I have nothing to prove to you. And I was like, yes, get it.
I'm like, this is more satisfying than, like, anything I've seen in a Marvel movie in years, probably. She saves Earth. She saves the Skrulls, who are not bad guys. Nick Fury invents the Avengers. And...
Based on her.
Yeah, based on her. And she flies into space to save more people. And they never sexualize Brie Larson. It's great.
Yep.
Yes, and because D&D, man, my character's getting tortured.
There it is.
I got shit.
Are we still
Just
rolling?
ignore it. Like, she gets hit down by the super intelligence trying to tell her that she's nothing without them. And she gets knocked down, and then it goes through a flashback of all of her, like, all of her memories that have been happening throughout the entire movie of her getting knocked down and being told she's going too fast, she's too much, she would never make it in the army, and then she gets up, and, like, in all of these scenes, she breaks the fourth wall, which I'm like, but like, that's not the point. She gets up every single time and is like, F you, I am awesome, and I'm gonna do what I want, and you can go to hell. It's so core to the female experience of being told you're not enough and getting knocked down, but getting up anyway. And in order to relate to the, like, everybody else, they made it like, oh, it's because you're human, that's why you kept getting up. But it's actually, like, any woman who watches this, they know that it's because you're a woman that you just got up and you kept going, because you don't have time for that bullshit. You don't have time to deal with every single person telling you you're too much, or you're not enough, or what you're doing is, like, you just can't do it. Like, you don't have time for that. You just get up and you keep going. And that was just beautiful, and I loved it. And it was so subtle to anybody who isn't a woman and hasn't dealt with that experience. The entire thing, I was like, yes, that's everything I've ever dealt with. You just got to get up and you got to rub dirt in it and you just got to keep going. And it's the best. The subtle parts of the movie make it so extremely feminist that it just, it's so, the entire movie is so out of character for Marvel.
I think it's very, like, on form, but, like, the ways it's off form is, like, very satisfying.
Yeah, it's like yes,
Which
it's
is
a superhero movie. Yes, it's like, it does all the superhero things and all the blockbuster things. But it's also has so much heart in it. Captain America First Avenger used to be my favorite Marvel movie, but this one is now my favorite because even in that movie, like, I only cared about how he became Captain America. I only cared about how he got to the end and how he won. But this movie, I actually genuinely cared about Carol. Because that's another thing, like, with women in Marvel movies, thus far, you've only been introduced to them in the ensemble movies, like in...
This is the 21st Marvel movie, and it's the first that actually stars a female character.
Yes, it's the first movie that stars a female character, and you get to see her story before she's introduced to all the other characters, which is just amazing and completely unprecedented in, like, superhero movies in general.
I think I particularly appreciate about this movie is that being a woman was important to Veers' identity, but it wasn't, like, definitive of her identity.
Yes, that is...
Like, the fact that women weren't allowed to be pilots is, like, glossed over, but it's, like, an important character detail. But, like, besides that, like, her femininity doesn't really define her character.
Ocean's 8 specifically, like, love that movie. Great movie. But there's a scene that was just so dumb where they're, like, looking for a hacker, I believe, and they're like, here's this dude, he's qualified, and then Sandra Bullock is like, no, we only want women because women don't get noticed. And I'm like, one, that's bullshit because you're going to the Met Gala and that's basically all
I feel like you only notice women at the...
that's basically all you notice. And I'm like, that's bullshit. Like, why can't you be like Ocean's 11? I haven't seen Ocean's 11, but I'm assuming they never go into detail about, like, oh, we're all men because men don't get noticed. And that happens in a lot of female-driven movies, except for Ghostbusters, which is why I love the Ghostbusters reboot. And I think that's so much more powerful than saying, oh, it's because we're women that this is awesome. And, like, the fact that they don't even... Because it makes them more like... They're people. They aren't just women. They're people with full lives, and their entire identity isn't just being a woman. No doubt.
The people behind us sang every song in the movie. And it was awful.
Every song. Every time a song came on, they'd be like...
I guess the only minor disappointment... It's not a real disappointment, but I guess I was hoping that there would be a payoff for when Sam Jackson said that he can't eat toast that's cut corner to corner. I was hoping that would pay off, but it was throwaway. Expecting him to have to eat toast, but, it never happened. They couldn't work it in.
Like, there are definitely parts of the movie that I think could have been better, but... like, every scene individually, I still loved. Some of the montage flashbacks where it was just her falling down. Like, I understand why they did it, and I'm so glad they did. It just sometimes took me out of the movie. It's like a good thing, but a bad thing, and it's hard to explain for me. Don't make fun of how I use my hands. Do you want me to punch you in the face? She understands her past and the way she was brought up by these minor flashbacks, and you get to experience that, but it's in such random sections that you're like, is this kind of taking me out of where we are in the plot currently? Also,
anyways, Captain Marvel,
anyway.
definitely like upper half, I think, of Marvel movies. I think it's like upper mid for sure.
For me, it's my top Marvel movie.
It's your number one?
It's number one for Marvel movies, for sure. It used to be Captain America, the first Avenger, but now it's
That's
definitely...
also usually considered like
That's pretty
lower.
interesting.
I'm sorry, what?
Performance.
Oh,
Performance, yes, Maria. She was just this powerful woman who just brought up her daughter and her best friend, and I loved that even though she was a supporting character, you still understood who she was, and you still had an emotional connection to her, and you still thought she was awesome, and like wasn't this weak character. She was a fully fleshed out person who loved her best friend and her daughter and just wanted the best for both of them more than she wanted the best for the world. And
As much as this was an origin for like the Avengers and Captain Marvel, like it was Nick Fury's
it was also
origin, which I think they gave Sam Jackson the most that he's had to give, and he
for sure
gave back for sure. I think he was great.
I did really enjoy that it was also kind of a Nick Fury backstory, but it wasn't all about him. Like, they didn't suddenly turn the story about this character that we've seen so much.
Which I think is hilarious in, like, the online, like, male backlash, that, like, they gave a male character, like, a good, like, very close and, like, I can't think of the word. But they gave Nick Fury, like, a good background story, and it's, like, a good thread through the movie. And they're just like,
it's like
no. Women, and like the back and forth like helps a lot too with both of their stories.
Yeah, and his backstory doesn't overpower hers. Like, you still understand that, in this movie he isn't a cynic, he's happier, and him with that cat is me with every animal in existence. But no, Captain Marvel.
Are we considering the 90s a period piece now?
Yeah, no, 90s can be a period piece for sure.
So I give this 9 out of 5 gooses. Turning into
9 out of 5.
I give it a 9 out of 10 goose because there are still problems with the movie.
I would give it 8 Blade Runners out of 10, as in it's 8 times better than Blade Runner.
What?
Yeah, there you go.
I'm almost out of alcohol.
You just gotta finish.
Hello.
Alrighty.
Clunk.
Let's get a cheers.
Ready? Comment on that shit because, this is a YouTube thing.
Yeah, like,
comment, and subscribe. Tell me how you guys are doing. Let me know what you guys want to do next time.
What do you think of Megan's shirt? This is her party shirt. It's a lot of fun.
This is my party shirt. I wore it to my 21st and to John's last birthday.
Can you zoom on that shirt?
Yeah, subscribe. I think this is the only video I've been in thus far because the other 2 have been deleted. Maybe if you subscribe, I'll be in more, and maybe I'll be able to rant about Polar Express.
We got trailers for all the videos. Those are less commitment. I know some people are a little commitment out here. Let's say right.
I'll point for you.
Here.
Yep, works. Okay.
John, please help me out. If you like this video, you should like and subscribe. Or
I'll punch you in the face. You want me to up? I've punched a man before. He got kicked out of a bar because of it.
yeah, she had a guy thrown out of the bar. It was great.